everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a 1 year update follow-up with the X5M. People have been asking me, it's been a year, what are some problems, what are some changes? So let's go for a drive. I'm gonna talk about some things about the vehicle, what I have planned for the future, and I'm also going to talk about the issues and things that I've ran along the way. All right, so let's get started. All right. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is I really like this. This is probably one of my favorite vehicles to drive, and I really mean it. I think it's because it does so much in one package. It really is, truthfully, your all-around, I think, vehicle. I think if I could have one vehicle to drive, if I had to get rid of everything and just keep one car, I'll probably keep this one. For one, the versatility that you have. I mean, there are times where I have to, buy things that are big packages or things from Lowe's. I can put the seats down, I can fit TVs, things inside the car that I think that I don't need a pickup truck. I think having the towing capacity, being able to tow a large trailer if I need to, take my car to the track, or haul some things, I have that flexibility also. Like I said, once again, I don't need a pickup truck. Next thing I think that makes this one of my favorite vehicles is, first of all, it's a sleeper. Let's be honest. It looks, if you don't know your cars that well, it looks like your regular X5. I mean, an average person is going to look at it and say, okay, it's X5, it's got some wheels, got an M badge, and they might not know because the M badge, people kind of overuse it. There's people who buy the non-Ms and they put the M badges on the cars. Like I said, to each your own. If they want to do that, that's perfectly fine with me, and it's their own car. But I think the M doesn't really do much as far as general public, because they probably see it too much, and it's hard to decipher between the real M and then the fake M's. Second thing is the all-wheel drive system. I think just having all-wheel drive is beneficial because, like I said, you get all-weather performance. When I'm on call, I do drive this car. It's my favorite one to drive, especially in the rain. The all-weather traction, I don't have to worry about it. The spinning, things like that. It just goes and performs. I sit up high. I can see ahead, and it drives like a car. It feels like a car, but like I said, you get all the benefits of having a sport utility. So the next thing people want to know, and I know that people are asking, and they want to know, how my oil consumption has been. And I can be honest with you, I do consume oil. I'm not lying to you to say that I don't consume oil, but I will say that typically by the time I'm due for an oil change, I am usually around about a quart low in the 5,000 miles. So if I were to run the 10,000 mile oil change, which is recommended by BMW, I'll probably be 2 quarts at 10,000 miles, but like I said, I just do 5,000. I think part of that helps with the oil I use. I use, obviously, BMW recommended oil. Using a non-BMW recommended oil, that's something that's not the L10-01 approved oil, you could probably run into consumption issues. I think having the right approved oil is going to be beneficial to your oil consumption. Next thing is, I think just changing the oil every 5,000 has been beneficial to the engines. I think that you can read on the forums, a lot of guys have said they've had really good results with that. My next thing is, I don't know if the Ceratec helped or not, but when I did first buy this vehicle, it consumed a lot faster. It could be the combination of the Ceratec and liquid moly oil that I use, or it could be just liquid moly oil working on its own. My future oil change, people have been saying try AMSOIL. I don't have a problem with doing that. Actually, I like AMSOIL. I didn't even know that they made a BMW approved oil, so I'm going to do that. My next oil change is due to AMSOIL. I ran AMSOIL on my motorcycle. I used to have a Kawasaki Ninja ZX14 with that oil. And I don't know, but the only modification that I had to that bike was just the oil. I mean, I say modification. Only thing I did to the bike was a oil change. And where I'm going to this was, my bike was a 2007. They improved that motorcycle performance in 2009. Race buddy of mine had a 09. We were either neck and neck, or he'd pull on me every single time. I could not pull that bike because I was lighter in weight, but that gave me an advantage. But also too, that the 09s had more power. I did an oil change with the AMS oil. Didn't think anything about it, but somehow I ended up pulling him. Don't know what it was. I was like, and then people asked me, well, what do you do to the bike? And I didn't do anything to the bike. It's just how the bike was performing. And I was like, well, could the oil change make a difference? I don't know, but that was only that changed from the previous races than the other ones, and I was pulling him every single time. You know, even if he got to jump on me, I'd reel him back in and pull him back. It was amazing. So I don't know, maybe I might get better performance, or maybe it's just be equal to the liquid moly, but I'm willing to give the Amazon a try, and I may run at 0 to 60 to see if it even helped a little bit. Who knows? I doubt it, but like I said, you know, weird things have been happening. Okay, let's talk about some things that annoy me with this. All right. I think, now this is not, I would say, an annoyance, but it is something that a viewer of mine mentioned it's happened, and I've read that it does happen. I talked about the lack of a park mode and the fact that you don't have a vehicle in park. Well, if you're sitting stopped, sometimes what I'll do is I'll unbuckle my seatbelt, open the door real quick with the foot off the brake, and then let it go and switch it to park automatically while I'm idling if I'm waiting for something to happen, because I've been reading stuff, I heard stuff, and I don't want to make sure that I don't have an accident where if I'm just idling and I accidentally touch the gas and, you know, take off and go unattendedly. Like I said, I've read on the forums this happened. I know people this happened to them. I think it's not saying even with the parking brake up, if you're sitting in a seat, it will disengage the parking brake and then take off on you if you've already been driving. If your first initial start with the seatbelt on, it will not go, but just be aware of that. The rain sensing wipers have been pissing me off lately. Let's see, fire truck. Hold on 1 second, let me pull over here. Find somewhere to stop before he gets up here. Turn this off. Is he turning? Where is he going? It's gonna block the road. So I'll just turn around. Some more fires coming. All right. Okay. So the racing wipers have been pissing me off. And guys, I'm the kind of person, if I don't have racing wipers, I usually leave my wipers on intermittent. And, you know, adjust my intervals accordingly. You know, obviously with the rain sensor, you hit the auto button, it goes into rain sensing mode. The intervals are adjusted based on the amount of rain that hits the glass. Okay, it's fine. Obviously you have your speed, you can make it more sensitive or less sensitive depending on the amount of rain, or if you want more clearance. Now, I have moved this slider all the way down to slow, and I will tell you guys, the wipers have been too active for me. Light mist, I'm perfectly fine, I'll still see fine. The wipers will do their occasional swipes, then sometimes they'll go to low speed, okay, I'm fine with low speed, fine, whatever. But then they'll just go into hyper speed. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now? I don't need that. Then they'll go like, then they'll slow. Then it's like fast, 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 and slow, slow. Then they'll park. Then they'll go fast again. And I was like, make up your mind, because it distracted me. I don't like it. So a lot of times I find myself overriding it and just go to low because I just get annoyed. I don't know. Maybe it is one of the things I complain about, but it's my Lexus ISF did not do that when I had it in rain sensing mode. My Audi didn't do that in rain sensing mode if I was in the slowest setting. Obviously, if I go to something more sensitive, it can hit that high speed, but I feel like if you switch it all the way down to low, I feel like it should avoid that high wiping speed at possible, all possible. That's my personal preference. I don't know why. I tried looking to coding, I tried coding it, but I think what I'm doing is coding the light sensor, but it's not coding the wipers, even though that same module is built in. So I don't know. It's been annoying. Problems. Okay. The X5 has been relatively trouble-free. I notice when it gets wet, if it's raining outside, or if I wash the car, the first few minutes of driving, I hear a lot of rattle from the tailgate. I don't know if it's the seals or whatever. I probably need to wipe them down, but the seals rattle a lot. I need to clean those, and I get a lot of tailgate rattle. I heard that could be common, so I may have to take it in for a dealership because I've been trying to look for a fix on that. My second thing is, I had the sunroof open, and it just happened to me just the other day. It was actually nice to open the sunroof when a day was not 100 degrees outside and it wasn't smoky because of the California wildfires. But I had the sunroof open, and I got a lot of chattering from the glass. So I need to deal with that, figure out what's going on there. But it was loud. I'll play you guys a video on that now. So, in summary, this has been one of my favorite vehicles to own. I can't see myself selling it. Maybe for the F95 if I can afford one. Like I said, if I had to decide to get one car, this would be it, definitely. If I was on a budget, and like I said, if I had to get rid of my M3 or something like that, I would definitely be perfectly happy with this and have no complaints. It's, like I said, it's just the stance of it, seeing it from the outside. The seats are just comfortable, the performance, and guys, who can complain about this? Let me go to Sport Plus mode, and we've been driving around in comfort for so long. Let me just show you just how this thing takes off. And just moved acceleration, and I'm driving around. I was driving around on tuned power. This is stage 1 power that I've been driving at. It's crazy. So I've been driving on tuned for almost a year now, probably about 8-9 months. I had to tune, and no excess wear. The car has been performing miraculously. I love this way this thing performs. Like I said, I have not ran into a situation where I've had a car either try to box me out of getting in front of them, or vice versa, or like I said, this thing pretty much wins most any spontaneous races I get into. But let's do this again. I can't. This is what I'm talking about. It performs. I love it. If you're on the fence, buy one. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. people ask me all the time, do I recommend buying one? Are the miles the thing? I tell you what, 60,000 miles on it, it performed just as good when I got it at 40-something thousand miles. It doesn't matter. It still performs. Now I'm gonna activate the rain system. I'm hitting some rain right now, so I guess we're gonna chill out for a little while. If you're on the fence, buy one. Like I said, this you won't regret it. If you are coming from a 50i and you've been thinking about moving up to an X5M, you won't regret it either. Now, if you're looking at it from a pure acceleration standpoint, you may not feel that is worth the upgrade, which I totally understand, because it is faster, but the power delivery just feels different. It feels different. I can see why, but if you're looking for it for the whole package, if you want the full M package, which I mean like the handling, the brakes, it is worth the additional 10 grand for the M. If you're someone who just wants the looks, doesn't really care more about the speed and the handling's okay, you know, but you're not using it for that, the 50i is still a good buy. 35i still be a good buy. I have not driven a 35i, but I've been curious about them just to see how they perform. I can't talk about this thing enough. Well, I'm gonna leave it here. Let me make sure I talk about everything else first. I did do some notes, so I don't want to leave anything out. Oh yeah, future videos. We'll be towing an RV soon, so I will be doing a video on that. So that's gonna be upcoming. Next is I might do black grills. I've been thinking about it more and more. I don't know. I think the chrome really kind of changes the, I think with the Dunnington gray, I think it looks good. But I may try the black. The next thing is rear brakes. You know, I hate the rear brake calipers on this. They don't match the front calipers at all. So what I may do is I'm going to change the calipers to, I'm gonna upgrade them. So that'll be a video coming up soon. I'll let you guys know what I'm doing, but those rear brakes are gonna match the front brakes. And if you found the video helpful, please sure give me a like or something, and just thank you for watching. Here we go.